Oh, didn't see the camera on there. Time for another box. Last box of the year, and because it's so super awesome special, and mostly just because we happen to be doing other stuff, there's another person! Look! A whole other pair of hands, and they're not CG at all. I can't afford that. So, the other super game friend is here to potentially help me comment on things, if he wants to. But it's a blind box, which means I have to open it. Isn't that amazing? And I'm going to make sure that... Okay. Whoop. Plastic, so I still can't see what's down there. I'm going to do the same thing I did on the last video. I'm not even going to look at them as I pull them out. I'm just going to reach in under that lid. Make a joke about this. No? Okay. He said no. He shook his head at me. So I am going to not look at it. Woo! Throw it over there. So I don't even know. I'm not even spoiling myself as we take things out of that is a Super Famicom.
You want me to take them out for you?
No, it's fine. It's fine. This is funnier. It's a Super Famicom cartridge. I can tell by the feel of it. It is Seiken Densetsu 3.
Don't you have that?
Not an actual Super Famicom copy, but here's the thing. This is a good talking point. This was like legendary among Western gamers because it never got released in the West back in the actual Super Nintendo days. It only recently got released in the West in two forms. The Mana Collection that came out finally released an official English translation of the Super Famicom game on that collection, and they remade the whole game as Trials of Mana. Well, I mean, they also just called it Trials of Mana in the collection, but they have that full 3D remake of it that's called Trials of Mana as well. The remake, super good, but yeah, this game is legendary for like old, especially certain age group that got into emulation back in the day. And this was one of those things where it was like a hidden gem that never came out of Nippon, right? And so it was, but it's super good. It's amazing fucking game, super amazing game. This one's in Japanese, so you probably wouldn't be able to read it if you're watching our channel.
Maybe.
You know, you know, who knows, right? But we have a lot of Miku fans, yeah. But yeah, super good on the Super Nintendo, super good on the remake. Absolutely get a copy of this, and I guess I'll show me selecting my 3 characters. Cool. What characters did I select? No idea. I have to record that after I open the box, obviously. All right, next thing is this is a PS1 case.
Okay.
Now,
could be a Saturn case.
True. It could also be a jewel case they stuck a PS2 game in.
Ooh.
Which would annoy me. But we're going to go with... Idiot. What? They keep sending me car games! This is perfect for us, though, because one of our...
That's actually a good one.
Yeah, one of our undersung series on this channel is the Starsky and Hutch for PS2. Now we could totally play through the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah,
Racing for Home.
Similar.
Is it very similar?
It's not. It's not open. It's not open world, but it has like a lot of similarities. I did play that back when it was brand new.
Oh my God! Rip up the roads of Hazard County. The Dukes are back. Climb behind the wheel of the General Lee and tear through the hills of Hazard in the craziest smash 'em up, drive like a maniac racing game you've ever played. It's a dream come true as you outrun Roscoe, race to save the Duke farm, and rescue Daisy from the clutches of Blackjack Peril. You'll be straightening the curves and flattening the hills with 27 fast-paced arcade-style missions, stunt car physics just like the TV show, single and multiplayer missions, multiple camera views as well as replay mode, drive the vehicles you know and love from the TV show, featuring the voices of James Best, Ben Jones, Sonny Schroyer, Tom Wopat, also featuring original music by the Tractors.
Wow, the Tractors.
I'm presuming they did the music for Dukes of Hazzard, the
I have
show.
no idea.
No idea? Okay.
I know Waylon Jennings did the theme song. I don't know about...
Featuring the voice of Waylon Jennings.
Okay.
I just caught that on the front.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, that is...
Oh, yeah, because he's the narrator.
Oh, that's
He was the narrator in the show. He's the narrator
right.
in the game, too.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, man, that's fantastic. This is probably filler to, like, most people.
Right.
And to us, it's like, oh, shit!
It's
Dukes
every
of
time,
Hazzard.
every time we go to a game store, I see that, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I
Kinda
remember
want
that.
it, yeah.
I have fond memories of,
Oh, man.
of that.
Okay,
I don't know if it will live up to those fond memories, but...
Yeah, so you never know. And there won't be fond memories. There'll be new memories for me. But here's us maybe running away from Roscoe.
Folks, welcome to Hazard County. Time tends to stand still here, and that's just the way we like it. This is Bo and Luke Duke. They're cousins. And the car they're driving is none other than the General Lee.
Watch it, Bo.
Boy, we sure did get away from that guy. Maybe, I don't know. I'm going to keep doing that joke, guys, so just buckle up. And, okay, there's only one more game this time. So the first box
Had 4.
had 4. No, 4.
Yeah.
The second box had 5, I think. Yeah, that sounds right. This box has 3, but it's another PSP game, and it's still
PSP?
sealed. Yeah, PSP.
Oh, okay.
I can tell. And it's still sealed.
Okay.
Loco Roco.
Do you
That's
not-
actually
do you
really
not
cool.
have that?
I don't.
You're the
I
only
don't.
PSP owner that does not have that game.
Not anymore.
Yeah, exactly. they knew that. They're like, whoa.
They somehow figured it out. Oh, yeah. No, but I mean, I know Loco Roco.
Yeah.
Like, for sure. Oh, man. That was... What a box. Tilt, roll, and bounce with the Loco Roco. Get rolling and discover a colorful adventure filled with unique and vibrant characters. Discover the joys of collecting the pickeries, avoiding the moha, and finding the hidden Mooey Mooey, all within the world of the Loco Roco. Please, everybody, everywhere, don't fully capitalize words. Use... What's that? Bold. Bold the words. Not all capitals.
Or italicize even.
Or italicize. It just looks like you're randomly yelling certain words at us.
That's how I read things, yeah.
Over 40 unique and quirky stages, tons of secret areas and hidden items. Yeah, I am very familiar with this being a super popular PSP title. It's still sealed. That's the part that's like really
I
blowing
don't
my
know.
mind.
You said it was PSP. You said it was still sealed. I'm like, is it?
Can't be good.
No, I was like, it's either Loco Roco or Crisis Core. That's what my head thought.
Oh man. Well, I mean, this is definitely one of those ones where I'll be completely up with you. This style of puzzle game isn't really my thing exactly, which is why, even though I was always like, oh yeah, that's like a seminal PSP title, right? I never picked it up,
Right?
Just because it was one of those things I figured I'd kind of randomly acquire, for the because I collect games enough. And well, Retro Game Treasures delivered. on that. So now I do have a sealed copy of Loco Roco for the PSP. That's nutty.
Are you gonna unseal it?
Well, I have to, otherwise I can't record the footage, because I record all the footage from actual hardware of the actual copies of these games, except for the Japanese Mario 64, because I was a lazy bastard about it. Everything else, though, the actual copies of the games that I pulled out of the boxes is what I recorded. So I will be unsealing it. I broadly, I hate owning sealed games. I own one game that's still sealed, Mega Man X4 for the Saturn. And that's because, of course, I own a PS1 X4 and like 2 different copies of the X collection. So I don't need to open that game up. And I bought it as part of a batch of Saturn games that Game Over had randomly gotten in. And I was basically just like, just give them all to me. I'm taking this right off your hand. You guys don't need to make any decisions anymore. These are mine now. Along with like 6 of those were Brazilian Saturn releases.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you got Loco Roco.
And now I have Loco Roco. I guess we'll probably see some footage of the tutorial. Okay, I said there was only 3 in there. Let's flip it open. There was only 3. Okay. I didn't feel anything else in there, so fair enough. What a crazy... It's just...
You got some fan favorites.
Swoop!
And Dukes of Hazzard.
Fan favorites and Dukes of Hazzard. That is... I like things to be as close to fully organized as I can make them. What a box! Going into this one, I legitimately...
It's really the first one that's carrying.
Maybe, but I mean, Loco Roco? And for you and I, anyway, we like this.
Probably see that later on the channel.
Yeah, like for real. I've never even watched the show, but it was like one of those things when I was growing up that was, I saw an episode here and there. I didn't like watch the show like routinely.
There were a few funny lines here and there. Give it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. But it was one of those things that it was like Americana, essentially, right? Like I knew Dukes of Hazzard sort of thing. And we do love our weird licensed games.
Yeah.
Like this is I think this is perfect because this is going to be great right next to Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah.
In the playlists. I think that's fantastic. Absolutely totally down with owning a Japanese copy of Seiken Densetsu 3 or Trials of Mana as it is now known in the West. Because yeah, it is an absolutely phenomenal game. And you know, this is the original release. This is the only way I could have a physical original release this. And then Sealed Loco Roco. All 3 of these, in my opinion, all 3 of these are hits. 2 of them are obvious hits to basically anybody.
Yeah. I'm thinking the value at a store if we actually saw these on the shelf. Not so much on 2 of them.
Not so much on these 2. But I don't care about what the prices are on the shelves, right? Like that's... And like, so here's the thing. I guess this will be the point because this box is going to be finishing out 2023 for the channel. You know, it'll be
just in general, yeah.
Yeah, just in general. And while I did postpone my next 3 boxes, so there won't be anything next month of this. I had a discussion with someone about who is this service even for? Mm-hmm. Right? They bill themselves primarily. If you go to their website, they're like, "Oh, you can use us to start collecting video games." That's like their upfront pitch is you want to get into collecting video games and you don't know where to start. Use our service and now you'll have a handful of games to get you started. Mm-hmm. But generally, people who collect stuff don't want a random potpourri of things. They want a specific genre of stuffs. Either like they want it all to be one console.
There's a lot of people that go for the all of everything.
I suppose, which is impossible. And then so on the other side, it's like, okay, so if it's not really for people who don't already collect, but then hardcore collectors, they don't want random stuff. That doesn't make any sense. And basically, I came to the conclusion that I might be literally the 100% synergy person that this service is good for. Mm-hmm. Because I actually love just all video games.
Yeah.
Even stupid bad ones like the that Star Wars game from the last box, which was terrible. But there's still a part of me that just loves it. I remember the Nostalgia Critic once said, every movie, because that's his thing, right? It's movies. Yeah. He's every movie, no matter how big or small, is a minor miracle just to get it made. Mm-hmm. And that's how I feel about video games.
Yeah.
Even shit ones, like that it's out there at all is a minor miracle.
I mean, I feel like there's more moving parts in a.
Oh, there is. There's so many more.
I mean, a real bad movie could just be somebody turning on a camera.
Yeah. And there are really good movies that are sometimes just people turning on a camera.
That's
but
true.
They get in front of that camera and they could sell it to you. But that's how I feel. So, like, to me, the only duds in these boxes is if I get a dupe. Mm-hmm. Because then it's like, what can I say about that? I own it already.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't know. So I feel like I probably will get another batch of 3 in the near future. Mm-hmm. We'll see how it all pans out. But there you go. That will be the end of this box video, the end of 2023. And I forgot to make this joke. I was originally, one of the things I was going to lead with was, this box will be give us a sign for 2024. Yeah, right? And I totally missed doing the joke. But I almost wish I had, because I feel like this is a good line.
Yeah.
Right?
You got the king and the fool and the...
well, it's like, I got the
chalice.
We got the obvious.
Yeah.
We got the cult, and we got the shit we find our fun in.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Which is like, what else could you want out of the year?
Yeah.
I mean, aside from everything else. But,
everything.
This is, if I had opened the last box now and gotten this shitty Star Wars game, the generic fighter plane game, although I've been told that fighter plane game is apparently like, it's kind of a weird semi-rare.
Okay.
But, who gives a shit, really? Kind of thing. Like, that, I wouldn't have been like, okay, whatever. It was a handful of games. It's all right. But this, I don't know. That's, what a way to end 2023, I guess. What a box to end on. So, there you go. Happy New Year's, everybody. And I do hope everyone's 2024 is better. So, see ya. Oh my God, he's thumbs downing the video.